restart button. Hopefully this works out. Oh, let's maybe not ruin the potion. You thought the worst? Oh man, that's like the full worst, huh? No, nah. My concern is new players are gonna be like, why does Mine and Manspin have 3 professions for weapons and episode 5 has them all merged? Yeah, you're just saying like the armor, but yeah, part of me doesn't really understand the reasoning that would make them feel like they need to merge them. Like, why not have 3 separate armor professions? Like, that's 3 more professions, right? Which seems like a good thing. Just like RuneScape had, you know, smithing, but we also had crafting, right? And yeah, 3 is better for trading incentives. My guess is it has to be something with balancing, but you could use the same argument for blacksmithing versus bone right. I mean, I feel like it's the same idea for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and tag Discord real quick. I never said I was going live. I'm not gonna be live for super long tonight because I have another meeting in like 2 hours. But I figured a short stream is better than no stream every time. So hopefully, is my chat up? Can you guys even see chat? There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm reading the right thing now. But yeah, so your biggest thing was at 21 episodes. So do you guys want to talk about 21 episodes? Like, what does that even mean? How many professions do you guys think 21 episodes would have? Like, what's the layout for something like that? A lot of grinding. Yeah, but like, is there any chance that in 21 episodes, a lot of that's just questing and like PvE content? Yeah, there's no way they're gonna add 5 or 4 professions each. I agree. I bet some of them are only gonna introduce like 2 new professions. But that also makes an episode cape like less cool, right? This is a very important point, depending on like what they're trying to do. I'm not too sure on it myself. Like, so far everything we know is that there's going to be more. Yeah, they talked about episode capes. They have. What's up, Apathetic? How you doing, Ape? Welcome, welcome. How's your Hope Forest grind, dude? I've been setting some foraging levels. We've been pushing alchemy a bit. I kind of just hit the threshold last night, finally, to make the 277 potion. So that's what we are up to tonight. Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked. We just spent a little bit of gold buying materials, and we're gonna have some reuse, hopefully, on the materials. So I'm hoping to get all the way up to about 300 alchemy, just literally doing alch, so that we can save our KP for later, and then hopefully we'll have some plans to like balance it out with chef and stuff. But I've been kind of cooking up some plans, trying to figure out my direction. It looks like I shouldn't have too much difficulty passing up. We think we're gonna land at rank 17 or 18, depending on Mr. Lambro, and if he decides to KP Forage, because I'm like definitely not going to KP Forage. Like, there's just no world where I end up doing that. How are you doing, Red Bean? I need to get you a shout out, dude. How is Red Bean? I saw you were streaming yesterday, but man, I feel like I've been like dipping into a couple streams. I caught like Impaler's stream. I lurked a little bit. I saw Unbig hit 200 all, pretty amazing. But other than like Arellen and maybe a little bit of Pink stream, I lurked a little bit. Not a whole lot of Brighter Shores activity for me outside of the game. I'm trying to keep my gameplay up, man. I just grinded too long last week, and I've never really done that in my entire life. Like, I think I pushed it a little too hard, and I think I must have been way more stressed than I realized. And my heart, not really my heart, so much my, you know, like cortisol, the stress hormone, I think I was like highly producing the stress hormone. So I must have just gotten really, I don't know, overdone with work, I guess. Because I mean, I was thinking like, oh, is this like a heart attack or something? But my heart rate just like went crazy. And it took me like a full, like, I don't know, like 10 minutes probably to like relax. And it was just like the weirdest thing for me, because I I don't know. It wasn't focused enough. Am I feeling better? I mean, I would never have said I was feeling bad. That's the crazy thing. But I would say I've never been so anxious my entire life. Yeah, anxiety, correct. Like, I drink a lot of energy drinks, and there are things that contribute to this, but even down to like the pumping, drum and bass, or the EDM music that just runs I'm playing like these 10-hour playlists and stuff. Yeah, I just was a little bit unhappy with some decisions that got made by my employer in the month of December. And I got brought into a massive pile of things that really threw off a lot of my plans for streaming over the holidays. And I thought I was going to have like a nice period to like push forward, but we got 2 new projects for work added. One of them was a complete surprise. And then meanwhile, one girl like had to travel and needed she just took 2 weeks off. So I had to like just cover for we just had stuff that needed to be done. So I was getting trained on stuff, and yeah. Red Skarn, yeah, that seems to be what it was all about. I mean, there was not like a whole lot to it. It's just, yeah, I tried going to sleep and my heart rate was just up there. That's really the gist of it. And then even when I woke up the next day, I could still like feel like the lasting effects. That's when I tried streaming. I think it was on Sunday last week, but I was supposed to stream on Saturday. And basically what happened is that I'd grinded all the way Thursday through Friday. And I pushed like 45 levels in like a 30-hour period, I think. It was pretty good. I've not really had so many focus sessions like that. And yeah, I mean, like the push has been fine. I'm a little disappointed in like the overall hours I've been putting in. Like I don't know, like there's a little bit too much of like gaps and stuff, but I know I can outperform myself right now. It's like, how do I push up from like, 20 levels a day to 25? Like, there are some levels that I cannot seem to do faster than about an hour 5 to hour 10. Then you have like the KP adding, something like what, 3.2 hours per level, depending on like different routes and stuff like that. So I'm looking at KP as like this incredibly valuable resource right now. Yeah, but the body can only handle it for so long. It's true. It's true. Yeah, 1 hour 5 for a level sounds good. Can you imagine? For like blacksmithing 250. Oof. Yeah, Roscott's been telling me some of the gaps, so I think Hopeport might have been one of the most sane episodes I could race after Kren. Kren's obviously the best, but you guys, I posted a bounty picture in Discord earlier. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I had like my best stack of bounties I've ever had. It's like double Rocky Road, Scrapyard, Little Lucy. I got it all in like 3 pulls, which is just crazy to me. But I'm, yeah, we'll see. Hope Forest gets no love, but that's good though for you, right? Because that means you're gonna have like a nice rank in a high episode forever. And like, you can... I mean, the way this game's been built, man, like, we're never gonna catch up, right? Literally, I think there's gonna be a very small list of people, like the Pasticios, who actually are able to, like, get any sense of completionism from the game. I think that's 200, isn't it? It is. I think the way we do this... let's just go here. Go ahead and drop here for a second. Drop. Not what I meant to do. Just finished all the missions and Hope Forest wasn't bad at all. You like the wizard fight? You know what's funny is I have no idea what that is. The wizard fight. Is it good? The wizard fight. Against what exactly? Yeah, let's just double down here. You don't know yet. I know, I've not even finished Spider Nest. The wizard fight. Is that the... No, I don't know. I don't know. You'd think I would know, but I don't. I think I can, like the little engine that could. I mean, if there's one beautiful part about this game, it's that you could focus on one thing over a very long period of time that a lot of people wouldn't want to ever touch, and that could get you like a leaderboard spot, that could get you competitive, or you could become an expert. Yo, what's up, Nathan? How you doing, man? It's a 5-star quest, opens up the northern portal. That's is that Forgotten Things? That's what we're talking about, isn't it? Thank you. I did not know that. Yeah, I probably should be more in tune with the game that I'm streaming. My professions are a bit of a joke. Let me pull them up so you guys can actually see what we got. So this is our current layout. We got a 200 chef, 202 fish, 337 forage, and I'm at 279 elk. So I have been balancing out a little bit, trying to get a better sense of what we are missing. So I've been doing a lot of math on knowledge points per hour, looking at how far I can push my alchemy versus like, how do I play my chef skill? We have like a certain amount of fish, right? And even like things that we're gathering, things that we're banking, things that we're not banking. But I'm hoping that what we'll end up doing is alchemy needs to get to 500 pretty much ASAP. But I had an idea that I'll probably share more as I get more confirmation of how things are working. But I think we want to try and passive alchemy quite a bit. So I'm thinking I might branch out and maybe KP, probably not fishing, but maybe some part of the latter part of like 210 to 217 chef, we'll see. But I do need to be doing bounties, which I just missed by a few minutes here. We can go check them probably later. Hey Siri, set alarm 9:02 p.m. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out some stuff here. It's the bot. What's up, sicko? How you doing, man? I was considering doing scout after guard, but I think I'm going to do chef. Wow, Jody, you're gonna do chef? That's crazy. You guys, I did publish a video reviewing the entire podcast. Tell also put out a video, but I'd say they're both like worth watching, like not to be biased. But I knew he had, basically I filmed my video yesterday and like had got done most of the editing and stuff. And then I found out that he was publishing a video as well. I'm like, this is perfect. But his is a little bit shorter. Mine's more of like details and a little bit of reaction, the gamer review, if you will. So definitely worth watching. If you guys didn't catch the podcast, you honestly should watch the whole thing, because watching Samuel in that podcast gives out a lot more information than just watching these review vids. But my video does cover like all the things, and I tried to categorize them into like, these are like the lesser important things. These are like the moderate updates that you should be like aware of. And then the majors are like, if you're playing the game, you really need to know like what he said there, because there was some big stuff. So 21 episodes. You guys like feel overwhelmed at all about like the overall grind, or are you kind of chilling? Are you more encouraged, or like how you really feeling collectively? That's a big deal, right? I'm big chilling. Love it. As our chef for fishing, I'm gonna go be bogged down for fishing soon. Yeah, chef's not a bad play if you want to take your time. I mean, some people just literally do veggie stew, like they don't care about efficiency. They're just chilling, man. They're just like putting stews down. They're having a good time. They might do some passives overnight. I mean, this game will make you a lot of money if you just did veggie stew all the way, which is crazy to say. But like, the AFK is maximized. You could be really having a good time. We can talk about the class merging in a second. Bing chillin'? They better take their time releasing. That is such an important question, yeah. Imagine if they came out with like 5 episodes every year, and like they designed them in a way that like nobody could possibly hit maximum. No rest for the top levels. You think 21 episodes is good for the health of the casuals that want to quest, etc.? But it'll be overwhelming for people that are encouraged by leaderboards. Beep Beep, do you think that there's going to be like an average of 4 or more professions per episode? Or do you think that average is going to go down to like maybe 3 per by the end we get... Like when 20 are done, are we going to have like 50, 60, 40? Where do you think we'll end? How many professions? Because we know like it's one of the things I touched on in my video, but it's not just a combat merge, guys. It's also the idea of skill merging in general, profession merging. And if we do get like a grab, like all of the hand skills, if we get a forage merge, that is reducing the number of new professions that could exist, right? So maybe they do some sort of instancing where like there's a new skill, but it contributes towards like a pre-existing skill. I don't think people liked like the lack of congruence though. Like I've already trained doing this hand motion over and over again, grabbing all these things, you know? Like so what if I use all these tools or whatever? Like don't make me do all this. Like if I have a skill in it, I have a skill in it. Don't like ignore my skill, right? That's like the gamer perspective for sure. I think some of these skills is redundant. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. But then the problem is how much diversity can you have if you don't have some redundance? So all they need to do, IMO, is they need to keep the skills differentiated somehow. Like, and maybe it is by tools, but I'm just gonna look up. So Delver, you guys, obviously one of the reveals from the podcast. Delver, meaning the episode 5 profession, new gathering skill. A person who digs or excavates, typically with a spade. So obviously a spade's gonna be the tool, right? It's gotta be. Shout out to RuneScape. It can also refer to a cultivator of fields or a ditcher. The word delve is a verb that means to dig or labor with a spade, or to make a thorough or careful search for information. For example, she delved into her family's history. Blah, blah, blah. The word delve comes from Old English delfan, which is related to the Old High German word Talban and the Russian word dolbit. But okay. Anyway, if we're getting like delver, forager, gather, like how are they gonna merge it together, guys? I'm gonna turn my music down just a hair. It looks a little bit loud today. That should be better, yeah? Sorry, it looked a little high. Anyway, there's so many takeaways. Like, I led my podcast with the fact that Samuel's favorite episode is 5. There's just little things like that, like, that's a very bullish indicator. I think we need to see more content in this game. But seeing that, like, the review of the guy who posted it, or who did the interview, everyone just seems like, they want to kind of just, like, fast forward the clock to see what gets built. Like, Fen Research is probably... They're just like keeping their, their hands occupied. They're constantly pumping out new content. Speaking of Fen Research, do we see? I heard a rumor that Mr. James, or not James, Samuel's name is on here, right? Community manager. Hey, they call him a manager. Yes, Samuel Hartwell. There he is. Are there more names on here yet? Andrew, Paul, Greg, Nicole. Instrumentalists, and a lot of voice acting. Interesting. So Redbean, how's your episode 3 grind been? Any big W's? I never actually ended up posting in Discord. Tried killing the 480 carnivorous plants today, didn't work out. Well, what's your guard right now, Jody? So I've gotten myself to... I don't know, I posted my alg plan a billion times over, but I've been looking at this thing constantly. Like, these numbers on here, particularly the last two, right? I almost forgot that I have a reference at 325, and if I want to do the 325 Potent Tempest, I think it's gonna make me a good bit of money. But the problem is I have to get to about 305-ish, then we KP 20 levels, then like we probably try and just like burn whatever money we have left on the 325, and then literally I think we just keep selling potions. I don't know, it's gonna be like the most like net negative our money will be, because vendoring might be a big int, most likely. Like I have these plus 80 cryopots, guys. Like how much do you think a cryo would pay for a plus 80? Maybe they wouldn't pay that much, but they vendor for 11 silver each. But I think their cost is pretty ridiculous. Like I think it's around like 40% loss per potion. I wonder, like, would a player even pay more than that? You'd think they would, right? It's going over, well, I'm potentially breaking out of 223. So how long have you been in this Cabronese prison? That sounds like stuff like the Bacon Mountain type of love, I should say. Yeah, I imagine Zohan may have passed me. I'm not even really sure who else is there. So Small is up to 1632. That's insane. MOBA at 1481. So he's picking up on me. What is it, 37 levels? Yeah, he's averaging like 6 more levels than me per day. I'm not gonna worry too much about this. But we can check out the leaderboards here in a moment. So, man, the tops are really opted out right now, huh? This is crazy. Are there 5 people opted out above second? Above first, even? So, literally all of them, right? Pasticio I saw earlier, Unbi, Yips, Irksome, and Meadow, right? Is there another one? I'm just thinking. Who else is on that list? That's absurd. Who else is new here? So who's BBK? You have Vorpal, thank you. You have Vorpal as well. So that is 7 names, I think? That's crazy. Crazy. Did Vorpal end up making 200 all? I know he was getting real close. I think he said Tuesday, right? Isn't today Tuesday? Damn. So Vorpal may have just got it today. KC rank 17 is wild, actually. You'd think, how are we doing there? 72. That overall list is getting kind of spicy, though. That means that it takes like 2 months for the competitive players to get to 200 all with 18 skills. So at some point, I don't know what, we can do the math, I guess. What is 13 divided by 18? 72%. So 72% of the skills we really haven't done at all yet. So 72% of 62 days. Sorry, of 60 whatever days. So it took me something like 43 days of dedicated non-Hopeport time to get 200 all if I like were to play efficiently for like probably 17 average or something, right? 16 average. I guess Unbi was probably closer to 15 average, to be fair. Pasticio is already like 38 now. Dude, Pasticio is, that means he's about 10 days ahead right now. It's crazy. It all blends together, but I think I've been here for 2 days. They must have been long 2 days, the way you say that. And maybe some of the end of it to save time. I don't think I want to be 200 all Andy. Just one skill at a time, maybe at most KP on another on the side. That is an interesting comment. I wonder, if you guys had to guess, do you think that we'll have episode 5 by like June 1st? That's like my approximate timeline, somewhere between like mid-May to mid-June. I don't know. I feel like it's far away, but maybe not that far away. Earliest I think it's gonna come is April, right? From whatever like everything that was said. 2 to 3 months of work, but XYZ have to happen first. Right before summer release. You think they can make summer release? That'd be pretty wild. Wait, so Fossil Cart? Is that like the minecart? But for Fossil? I don't even know what that means. Fossil Cart. I've done a little bit of the minecart. That was fun. I had a good time with it. It's pretty chill. Interesting. 317. Oh my gosh. Dare we go through the whole leaderboard? Oops, I thought we ticked it. From 175 to 317 to 317? Is that real? That's pretty nasty. Well, let's check out some high scores. Why don't we? Wow. Wow. So when I opt in, guys, 7 of 10 is opted in. Zico's here. Yo, did Wise Old Man actually make it? Killshot? Who else is missing? Man, Johnny Sniper's so close. Yo, Zohan. Hello, hello. Zohan's also opted. That's another guard. So Zohan, Killshot. Dude, is there a chance Wise made it? Who else is missing? Zohan, do you know any other guards at 500 who are not opted in right now? Besides you and Killshot. Those just names that we know were there, but they might have gotten banned, right? I think there's so many. We knew of yeah, Dead Son and who else was on this? There were a few here. Frida, unless they got caught. Mine card isn't that great, but it does give pickaxe and champ bonus. I see. Yeah, the tool bonuses are nuts. Like, it's part of the reason that some of the content in Forge is so much better than other content. That's where, like, I love potatoes personally. I could just do them for a while. Does the base XP is good enough? Well, if Wise has less than 3 people who are opted, then he's pretty much in good shape. But Johnny Sniper, I think, is... Yeah, it sounds like there's probably at least 3 opted. But anyway, is Watch Person officially over? Oh, it's not! Tolkien, come on! Tolkien needs to pass Santa. This is too close. Dude, Tolkien, come on. Where's Tolkien? Red Bean, go yell at Tolkien, dude. He's like right at the end of the Watch Person race for top 20. That's crazy. Absurdity. There might already be a couple opters. I don't actually know though. I mean, that's kind of cool though. He's been right around there constantly. Truthfully, if I don't make, I'm still happy to get top 30. Oh no, of course, Jody. He was chilling in the snow. That's awesome. He made an appearance in the Bean Court. I see. Detective Santa got done with 500. Wait, you're saying detective? Wow, look at all of those 500s. 9 500 detectives, and the rank 1 isn't here, right? Herberman or whatever? Isn't there one missing? Just one though now? Maybe there's more. Twill's on here. Then there's K-Con. How's Harbinger? Isn't Harbinger up here? Is Harbinger opted? Yeah, maybe also in Viz, huh? Yo, what's up, Brando? Yep. So several opters for sure. We're gonna push hard this weekend. Yeah. I mean, if people got banned, maybe you have a chance at the top, but you've already done a really good push. I just say close strong, that's all. Pretty exciting. I guess we can keep going down the list. So we have Chef. I know, yeah, Fruit Bat just made it. IX, Aeronel, Rules. There were a lot of them were in the kitchen today. The first group is kind of wrapping up. Junior Jester though, dang. 472. You guys, Chef is kind of like in escape. Like they're really moving right now. Jeez, this is I mean, 326 at the bottom is pretty hard to get. Like these are not easy levels. I wonder, is like Kel's up there? Oh my gosh, Kel's is at 312. They're actually almost in top 20. Super sick. Hopefully that closes. Let's check out Fisher here. So flipping real fun, Timmy's Coffee, and maybe tomorrow. All gonna close pretty soon here. See the gap on Fisher though, rank 20 is a lot lower. I do find that kind of interesting. We have, yeah, but there's Bleshy. Bleshy's been very active, very good player for sure. Mytoma, Red Lion. These guys are moving, but I feel like they're moving slowly. Maybe some passives, right? People doing different things. Oh goodness. So Forage, we knew that it looks like Traveler just got this. Definitely some competition in the foraging world. So I know that ITI is ahead of me. ITI is around 400. I think they were trying to catch Windex, but there's no way. Windex and Van Dien have been racing pretty hard, and I think Van Dien's gonna come out. Van Dien and Omega, these three were like neck and neck for the longest time. but they're all KPing it. So I had decided I would not be able to beat anybody who was KPing. We kind of went the no KP route, obviously. Van Dien did a 72. Yeah, I saw Van Dien for quite a while. 72 though? I don't know. I see gaps in people's gameplay for sure. That's the cool thing about playing for like 24 hours straight. Is you can kind of, I mean, obviously people can like hop to servers and stuff, but technically my eyes aren't working. Sounds like Van Dien. The dude's a grinder for sure. I've been KPing into Alchemy. I was trying to get to 277. That's part of my thing. So Van Dien is, when I got to shells, like the tier 185 shell, Van Dien was like at 240 at the time, maybe 235-ish. So he had at the least about 50 levels on me. And I guess the closest I ever was to him when I probably got to Pondweed, around the time I hit 246. But I chose to do shells. I banked shells, and I banked like some bass. And I was KPing out of Forge the whole time that he was in Forge, which is like, it's like a 50% difference in XP per hour if you're trying to like compete skill for skill. So I kind of made some conscious decisions to invest accordingly. So we have a pretty interesting race they're developing. So as for Alchemy, Ferret, we know that is formerly the person named Potion. Then Clayton. Apparently Ferret has had 500 for a while is the rumor, but then just kind of chose to opt in. Clayton, I think, was at 484 or something like that when Ferret opted. It's just so stupid. Like the whole true ranks thing is just screwing people over. Like I feel bad for Clayton, not because of like his push or anything, but just because I know like he was aware of this other person, and there was nothing he could there was nothing he could do about it, right? Remy opted back in, it looks like. I think Remy's been in and out constantly. Set Apart has been very, very constantly over here. Small Wino's doing the KP strat. Earn, man, Kamadi's been putting a lot of effort in. MOBA is climbing pretty impressively fast on Alchemy. That's definitely interesting. Kale, Duelish, Coffee. So Coffee, Menace, Saltsmith, Evolved, Pipsqueak. It's wild to see myself at rank 15 on this board. We really weren't top 20 when I started, well, really Pondweed, we were right at rank 21, I think, is when we were on there. But we just kind of broke into Alchemy really late. Obviously, we had literally zero Alchemy. Is your new vid in your title? I think so. Isn't it exclamation pod review vid? Pretty sure. It should be up there somewhere. It could be so bad when episode 5 releases. Half the people opting out, so nobody knows who's going to be number 1 in those new professions. Yeah, but there's no way that they won't release true ranks, right? By the time that episode 5 hits. I think we get true ranks before the end of the month, just because of like how important everybody was making it seem. My guess is there's like a 3-month gap between true ranks, like at a minimum. I don't think those events are going to happen too close personally. You get 500 by next Thursday. Yeah, I mean, these are permanent leaderboards, that's for sure. I think the more the merrier. I'm going to try and get top 10 on this. I'm not sure how Duelish and Kale are. There's a big gap here too. And I think there's pretty interesting ratios here. Yo, Small, how's it going? MOBA is playing at least as much as me and gaining 21 levels a day. Yeah, anything above 20 a day seems pretty absurd to me. I don't know how you guys like function physically. It's pretty crazy. Like my best, even like when I'm, yeah, I don't know. My numbers don't quite add up that way. Like I'd have to literally be playing like around 20 to 22 hours a day to hit that. I need to get, all boards are still, what do you mean cooked now? Do you mean cooked as in like there's no way to break in if you're not already like working on it, or what are we saying exactly? There's a couple that are definitely still breachable if that's what we're talking about. I mean, look at Alchemy. Like if you just did, okay, that's not a good example. What about Carpenter? How many people are realistically pushing for top carp? Anyway, I'm going out of order now. But I mean, you think these guys are actively training 217, 220? Like, Carpenters, if you wanted to literally get a leaderboard, I think you could do this quite easily. Easily is maybe not the right word, but if someone was to step into the Carpenter race, they could easily get a foothold if they wanted it enough. Still doing foraging. Yo, Leah, how's it going? Yeah, so I'm taking like about a day and a half break to do alchemy. I probably have about 22 hours or so to do of alch actively. So we have like a batch, then we like sell off the potions and we do another batch. But I'm trying to get a little bit more active movement in alch before we expire our KP. Zephyr is on the Carpenter list. Very impressive, Zeph. He's got 231 bone right, and he's also pushing over here. I know he's been like working a lot IRL, so I'm very impressed by Mr. Zeph. Doing some good work here. Look at this, 221 gather, 214 woodcut. So he's going for overall Hope Forest. Anyway, let's not go out of order here. It's very easy to do that. So we checked alch. So Hopeport overall, we didn't really close this out, so we know Zohan is probably, my guess is Zohan probably is ahead of us already. If not, he's very close. I presume he's around, yeah, opt-in Zohan, come on, dude. You're behind me, interesting, interesting. That's what I would say too. I believe you, I believe you. Let's see here. So Thistle, I don't know why we got imbalanced here, but when I get imbalanced, I like lose my shit. Because then it's like, you opted, oh snap. All right, yeah, I bought 3 levels. Very, very sneaky. Yeah, this next gap here is gonna be interesting for me because I'm trying to do like some more long-term planning, especially with like respect to money. Opt out fast, go, go, go. Nah, we're not gonna dig too deep here. So the bottom of Hopeport, that's actually what I wanted to see here. So people above 1,000 now is actually up to 16. So I will still say, like, if you guys are just finding Broader Shores for the first time today, like this could very well be a leaderboard that won't fill anytime soon. There's a lot of overall players who might be breaking into this, so personally I'm expecting some competitive players to show up here, but I think most of those people are going to be choosing to do Chronopolis first because it's going to be faster levels on average. Like, mainly because of Merchant and the speed of Merchant, and then maybe the AFK-ness of raids will push some people in that direction. I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the first episode to fill? It's got to be Chronopolis, right? Let's start episode 2 though. Pretty interesting stuff. Real question is, what has more weight? I mean, it could be anything. You're living in the pond. Yeah, that's the fun time, isn't it? Zohan, I think real legends are born in that pond, dude. Like, some people just like were KPing all the way through it, but I took a anyway, I spent too much time there. I also that game, that spawned in general, it's like, if you're, once you get out of the pond, like that's actually what probably caused my whole, like, I don't know, my stress level to rise, was getting out of the pond and getting the leveling speed after the pond. So I probably lost like, I don't know, 50 hours of grinding over the holidays. But even just leaving the pond was enough to like give me a little bit of a shot of adrenaline. Kren's gonna be first to fill for sure. Yeah, it has to, right? Going to 200 in all combat before they merge to KP other skills. So Silent, you think it'll be beneficial to grind a little bit of all of them? Is that your thought process? I was thinking they might do average XP, but I like the idea of doing 200 all. I thought of doing like 500 and then 200 all, but I think I need to keep my eyes set on Hopeport. Even just like holding down top 5. I don't expect to beat probably Zohan or MOBA, or small, obviously, like long term. I'm thinking there's probably like one other opter realistically, but beyond that, like I think we have a single digit pretty much locked in. We'll see how exactly we can close this out, and I'll keep trying, of course. but we're doing what we can. Yo, what's up, Anvi? How's it going? The man, the myth, the legend. Recent 200 all. Congrats, dude. Did you get some good rest after you hit the 200 all mark? I don't know how like unrested you were at that point, but I'm curious how that turned out for you. Guys, if you don't follow Unbi, top Brighter Shores streamer, content creator, definitely worth the follow. It's been crushing the overall game. One of the 6 legends at the top. You've been well rested for the last 3 weeks, 3+ weeks. Nothing special. Gotcha. Yeah, it's a nice headspace to be in, right? It's a nice place to be. Yo, we got Crush in here. Oh, dang. You never know, man. Like, people, there could be like 10 people who are actually 3600 plus, and they just, well, the only problem is you can't hide your total level, so maybe that's not even true. We actually know there's like 6 or 7, huh? Rare stream without the patchy. Yeah, I'm not about the parrot thing, man. No PP gambling here, that's for sure. I feel like if there's one thing that I don't need on my channel, it's probably that. It's pretty good. Yeah, a little spammy for sure. So we were saying episode 2. Some people are probably like, let me see episode 2, Jimmy. Click the button already. Gamble all, yeah. But the thing is, those points are hard to get. So like, if you lose them, then like, I mean, you're kind of just SOL, you know? At least for a little bit. If everyone played Patchy optimally, no one would play Patchy. Yeah, I don't even know. So Scout, we have Unleashed Monster Girl, Tutorus, Jabs, i3, Caraman, Astrosloth, Mr. Cool. I saw when Mr. Cool hit it, but then Bloody Hound down here at 47. Yeah, Bloody Hound hasn't moved, right, guys? Confirm. They're like literally a week of AFK away. I don't know. That's like kind of sad and hard to look at, but hopefully Bloody Hound closes out. Like, imagine if everyone just passes Bloody Hound and he doesn't get a top spot. Ugh, brutal. They might be really salty at the game right now. You don't know what Patchy does, just type PP5, accept my loss. Yeah, I've never played. Not looking to get introduced, sounds dangerous. So the Hope Forest race is definitely cooking up a bit. Wow, what are all these 500s? Grumpy Dumps, Am of the Heralds. Oh, wow. Just wow. I know API Mr. Bonesdog was only a little bit behind Savage Shores. I mean, you guys really, you gave him a run here. I bet yous will get there before top 20 is solved for sure. They've been, I think, just passiving, chilling a little bit. I'm curious. Reminiscence at 365. So Wormtail is not moved, still 303. Nat is up to 254. That's pretty significant. Monster Girl's on here too at 240. All names to be aware of. Woodcutter. So Nat and Demonly. Z Reset did make it. Brigham is close. Sap is very close on Woodcutter, which is crazy. Because I believe Sap is also doing woodcutting. Carpenting, which we'll see shortly. Divine the Divine. Devin the Divine. Midnight. Howard. Lucinda. Overzealous. And Kitsama. A lot of names I don't know in here. So help Carpenter. Is Ferret really potion? Ferret's been on your friends list forever? I assume so. That's a good question. That's what everyone was saying. If it's not, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? There's like no way to... I don't know. I'm not a good source to ask. Does anyone know? Anyone at all? So Sap is, yeah, almost balanced Woodcut and Carpenter. We don't see anybody above this. Isn't there someone opted on here? But rank 1 Carpenter has not been achieved yet, as far as I know. Nat is at 311. Goodness. So Arrow, Monster Girl, Apathetic, Seti, Nesquick. Kale is up here, 234. Gotta say hi in game here. And then there's Ephraim, yep. So that leaves our Hope Forest leaderboard here. So Nat has almost 100 levels on Ape, who just passed Monster Girl. That's a pretty decent gap here, 100 levels. Needs to be I mean, upwards of 4 to 5 days of like stoppage in order to catch that. So curious how that's going to work. It might even be more than that for episode 2, depending on certain rates. So people to be aware of on the Hope Forest leaderboard. So Sap, we know, has like literally only got 54 total levels in Hope Forest. So if Sap chooses, Sap is probably the only one who could really compete with Nat right now, like in the short term, right, Ape? Like, do we know if Sap's gonna like go into Hope Forest? Has anyone talked to this person? That could be interesting though for the episode race. Definitely important and relevant. Zephyr, rank 9, crazy. Yeah, definitely a contender. True. So Kiv, we've been seeing this name a little bit more and more. I've been looking for different people. Yo, Dracaris, welcome. Doing pretty good, dude. Just been trying to get on top of my work situation IRL. But we just put out another YouTube video today, covering up the podcast. But it's yeah, it's going well. Hope you're doing well, dude. We've got how is Hope Forest level 954 if he only has 54 in Hope Forest? Sorry, I meant to say outside of Woodcut and Carp Brain. That was kind of a jump I made. So yeah, he has 450 in like each of these 2 skills, which yeah, you can see his other stats are 19, 26, and yeah, that's it, 19 and 26. So 55. I was off by like 1, I think. But wait, my math's even wrong. See, oh, because he has 9 levels on Woodcutter. Wow. Okay, there you go then. So he only has 45 levels, even less. So he can gain quite a lot there. And who knows how much KP is going to come out of Scout. Yeah. Definitely one to be watching, considering Carp speed, right? It's an impressive account for sure. There's only so many of those that are even in the game. Yeah. All right, that's exciting stuff though. So bottom of Hope Forest, you guys, we're talking about like what boards are still competitive. Like the game's been out for 2 months and rank 20 is only 708 in Hope Forest. Like that's not even at the soft cap for all the professions. So if you get to 200 all, you make rank 14 right now. So it's definitely like anyone's race. If you just want to chill in the forest, get a leaderboard spot on the 2nd episode, like seems like a very real opportunity. All right, let's check out episode 3. We have Minefighter. This is just so wild to me compared to like the other combat professions. Rank 20 is only 327 Minefighter. Like that's absurd, right? I don't think Minefighter rank 20 is going to be hit until like February at this rate. I actually thought it would be like end of January, but this legit might be February. Like there's just like there's not enough movement here. Like rank 13 and onward could be I don't know. You think it'd be moving more. Yo, what's up, Matthew Menich? Could be Zezima of New Horizons. Nah, dude, I'm not the guy. I'm just the guy who covers the guy, you know what I mean? I'm like aware of them, but not no one wants to spend time in those dank caverns. Yeah, that's probably true. Let's go ahead and just pop the 10 here. Grab 1. Send these both. Brighter Shores. Yeah, it's all the same, dude. I kind of knew what you meant. We kind of knew. So yeah, Minefighter, literally only 3 500s. Like, I don't know, are there more people opted out? Looking forward to finishing the woodcutting grind. It's like Gathering 2.0. It's slightly less obnoxious. Yeah, I mean, I would just hope that, like, I don't know, I guess by the time that I finish Hopeport, I'm curious if there's any other boards that'll be like still like open. Like, it seems that most of these are too competitive, but there has to be like 20 people who are like actually interested in finishing this for it to actually transpire, right? Like for example, Small, like after Hopeport, might be going to another episode. So like, what are they going to choose? What is KC going to choose next? Like, these are important things that we're trying to be aware of. So some impressive grinders that we want to try and make sure we're monitoring. I'm going to try and do 17 batches here so we can get closer to less KP loss, right? I should have started this earlier, but this will at least keep us a little bit more in tune with KP overflow. So we were looking at Minefighter. It looks like, again, rank 3 is our last 500. We have 487, 459. So top 8, pretty much a little bit further ahead than pretty steady fall off. After 13th or so, it's very slow. 327 at rank 20. Bone Right. Man, so is it Variety MMOs who's missing from Bone Right? You guys know the rank 1? Like, they're above 400 now, aren't they? Like, they're way up there now. Yeah, this is absurd to see. It's really crazy. So Red Bean, Enigma, QQ Ninja, Poor. Bone Garage. What a great name. Fingers. Zephyrum up there. I have so many ideas about what I'm going to do after Hopeport, and I want to like wait to see a little bit more still. But episode 3 is like so untouched that like people are afraid of it still, which is cool because that means that like it's not going to be moving that fast. So Nat Talk and Jester. So Jester got zoinked here for rank 1 for sure. You made 800 of the 412 potions last night and seeded like 5 Hopeport levels to MOBA in that time frame. It's like barely worth. Yeah, but you know you're saving that KP for Chef, right? That's all it comes down to, right? Which is better than the alternative at that point. That's all this is coming down to. After Greb is Nyrota, Laggy Strike, Lusty, Dusty Otter, Rosket. So 4 level 500s on Miner. But rank 20 is still at 255, quite low. Plays is still on the board though at rank 11. This is always surprising. He just like kind of logs in and does some mining. I love to see it though. So Yaganagos at 500. Rosket's at 329. That's absurd. Walla Walla. Is Tubby still opted? Do you guys know if Tubby's still around? Like, I haven't heard from Tubby in a long time. Haven't seen that name. Then we have Blacksmith. West Argonian, Walla Walla, Rosket. Wasn't it Tubby something or other? I'm pretty sure they might have been rank 1 on one of these professions at some point. They're definitely, they were a contender for rank 1 in the episode, but Rosket would know. Man, 298. Celestia Argonian, 359. I feel like there's someone above Lusty. Yo Impaler, hello. 1 more hour of work. Oh, you just reminded me that in like an hour I have work. Like, dang it. That's about how much? How's it going, Impaler? We're just pulling up the episode 3 leaderboards here. So this one's a little tighter. Yo, Jace says Tubby was up there, but I haven't seen him for a while. Yeah, I wonder. So Rosket, Tora. Very interesting. This is quite a busy tab, honestly. Like, I know it's like kind of lower skills, but you can see that each level's pretty hard by like how condensed this is. There has to be an Opter and Blacksmith, no? We think so, yeah, we think so. More than likely. So after Blacksmith, how's it going, Peter? Hope you're well, dude. I am indeed on the grind, man. We've been putting in some hours, but as many as we have, you know? So after this, we have Stonemason, the last episode 3 skill. Now this one's crazy to me. Dude, how is Rosket all like on all 3 leaderboards? Stonemason, on Blacksmith, and on Bone Right. That's crazy. I mean, Red Bean's up here too. But I know some of these people, like, we see Skelly around, but I think Skelly stopped doing Stonemason. Skelly was rank 1 Stonemason when they hit, I think, 228 or something. On, like, day 12 of the game. Like, it was very early that Skelly got up here. Had a huge lead, actually. Red Bean, so Miles is up here. This is an important rank for sure. I think he's maybe passiving it. Can't decide if I want to watch this or your new vid on... It's a good video. My stream will be over in like an hour. Up to you, man. No worries, dude. The live streams on YouTube, I try and keep them kind of short. I'll close out the YouTube stream, and then we'll keep going on Twitch for a bit. But yeah, once I finish the leaderboard review, I mean. So I just like documenting these two, and then they get put on YouTube, so people can go back and check if they want to see what the leaderboards look like on some random day. But I put these in a, just so you guys are aware, I have a playlist that actually has all my Brighter Shores live streams on them, so I can keep the VODs and stuff. But let's see here. We have any other names here? Laxap, Ribs, Mice, Red Bean. Yeah, Chino's up there. Crazy. Some grinders in here. RNG, like, I don't know all these people. This guy's like very focused on episode 3, but he's got no bone knight. What skills, right? Minor stonemason, no blacksmith at all. Like, how do you have an account like this? It's impressive as hell, don't get me wrong, but it's like, dude, what are you, that's just how. Anyway, people are doing what they want. Like, that's what makes good games, I think. Things like that account right there gives me hope for the game. I think people are gonna do what they're gonna do. So overall, Minds of Mantuan, Rosket, Red Bean, Tengoku, Shadesmar. Very, very, very impressive lead Rosket has right now, considering Rosket has levels everywhere as well. But Red Bean also up there, very good levels. We got Zanzima, some of the overall grinders in here, Mightiest. I think, what do you have? 5 skills, so we know Pasticcio should be up here as well. Like, basically, all of the people who are 200 all, including Unbi, Pasticcio, Vorpal, Yips, you have Irksome, you have Meadow. All of those guys are between rank 3 and 4, right? If they're all 200. January 3rd is National Zanzima Day. The legend of Zanzima will be told for ages. That was a misclick, by the way. Somehow I managed to like click right on the thing here. But it is interesting. 889 is a very, very competitive score. So part of me thinks that episode 3 is a hard leaderboard to crack into. Like, I think this is a harder leaderboard than episode 2. Your best thing going for you if you're trying to be competitive is that, like, maybe these guys will get burnt out before they get to 2,500, right? It's so much farther than 1,000. So basically all these leaderboards will really start, I say start, but the race for like a spot will start when the last person, meaning rank 20, gets to like 200x the number of professions in that episode. So if you have like a 5 profession episode, once rank 20 hits 1,000 in that episode, that's when the race really starts. And it's going to be harder for people to just like grab random spots, right? So pretty interesting how that's moving along. All right, let's get going. We have episode 4. We looked at Watch Person earlier. You guys, this is probably going to be the first episode to clear out. Detective Santa, Toki, and Firebat, all very, very close. Looks like Detective Santa just got 500 Detective. We'll show that in a moment. But XJ9, Outlaw, Old School, Mystic, and Ozzy getting it after Casey, who achieved the first double 500 that we know of. Working towards a 4x 500. They only have a bit of levels. We'll check that more in detail in a second. So Watch Person now has 9 level 500s, excuse me. Almost 10. So single digit ranks are pretty much locked up. We think Herberman is opted, so it appears that they already are completely maxed out. We have some other names here. Waffles, Meow, we talked about too before. Bandos, Nav, Twilza, Genfnaughter, Milkhound, Gamer. I don't know if these guys are grinding. K-Con's been grinding. Very interesting layout there. We have Leatherworker. This is like the money-making profession. So very interesting to see if they end up doing anything with this. If you guys haven't watched the video, the exclamation pod review vid We talked a little bit about this, but there may be a nerf coming. There may be a buff to cash in other episodes, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I just feel like one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to hear that the money dropped off for Merchant Leatherworker, and I'll be sad because I never touched it at all. But wonder if I dropped off leatherworking while working. I'm one of 4 people in top 20 leatherworking that is using discounts. Wow. So it's like not many people are doing that, huh? No nerf, people just don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll have an opinion on that later. There's Harbinger. Harbinger's on leatherworker. Very, very cool. He's definitely up there. After leatherworker, merchant with Sanhei, Brando, Flipper, Miles, Script Punk, Doctor, Buckyard, Ron, Virulent, Halloween, Casey, Razriel, Ren, Big Gamer, Mathematician, Feathers, Twyla, Drifloon, Icarus, and Poncho. I mean, this one's kind of filling, guys. I don't think rank 20 was above 300 last time we did a leaderboard review. Yeah, merch has 6 or so open spots, you think? Like, these are kind of all up for grabs after this Big Gamer. Not really locked in yet. Yeah, if you really had a move, though, like, I mean, for me, from like 0 merchant, I don't know if I could ever dive into that leaderboard, right? I feel like if I wanted to get into Kren, I would do all 4 skills like equally. I might try and go for money. I don't know. We'll have to see. So that doesn't play much. Raz quit. Wait, Raz? Like Razriel's done? Is he full quit? Is that like confirmed, Brando? That's too bad. LeMapler, FCW. I legit need Brando to coach me if I did that. Jeez. 0 merch to 500 to top 20. Yeah, imagine if I bet you could pull it off if you had the hours, right? It's just like I'd have to drop everything else I'm doing, which I'm obviously not willing to do right now. We have a nice foundation and things like Elk. So let's finish out here. We got the Chronopolis leaderboard. Casey at 1751. That means they have exactly 249 levels to go before maxing Chronopolis. This will be our first episode maxer for sure. Now, my guess is this is only about 10 to 12 days because the speed, maybe as many as like 14 days on like the low end, but the speed Casey's been going, they could slow down if they wanted, but knowing Casey, they're going to be competing for overall after they finish Kren or going for another episode potentially. They may be one of the only people who gets on multiple. I think Small could also go for something like that. If they go like... There's a lot of interesting races happening right now. So rank 20 does not seem to be really going for Kren overall. 1007. It's really just enough to lock in a slightly over 200 all. Did someone say Chronopolis? Speak of Kren and they shall appear. How's it going, Casey? You've got an insane lead. How do you feel about the game? What are your thoughts on 21 episodes? You gotta be pretty excited. Like, you're probably loaded right now. Enough gold for like a million years. You have all of your discounts and hopefully getting some good farming going. Casey literally crushing the game. Do you see Pasty over there much? I feel like he's got to be spending time in 4, right? I know he's not spending it in Hopeport. He shows up in the kitchen every now and then, but you saved all your hides. That's super smart though. If we're looking at like leather or whatever the armor skill is, right? See him a lot now. Yeah, I can't give away all the secrets. Yeah, I've spent like less than like 2 hours total in Kren, and it's all just checking the armory and dyeing my armor. That's my Kren time spent so far. Pretty impressive though. So total level, we see Casey is on the list. There probably are a lot of people opted out though in the total realm. I haven't like seen Meadow in game, but my guess is that after all these people hit, should I interrupt this? I might just not refill here and we'll just go check bounties real quick. Spamming 6%. Oh my gosh, why? Why the 6s? Meadow at 3662. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting to the point where people are going to be measuring like. It's just the hardest thing about this game is skills are not apples to apples. So, like, we don't know the timing of when new professions will come out. Like, I assume that it's June or later, but like the 2 episodes or so that people max before June that are competitive, like those 2 matter, because like then we could have another episode race at our hands and it could change everything, right? It's very, very interesting, like from the overall perspective. People mess me all the time that I'm true rank 1, but I don't really think so. Of course you are. You've got to be. Anybody who would know of you, they're probably not wanting to compete with you, right? Going for #1 worm picker, anyone? That would be a fun race. It would be a fun race. Well, now I'm thinking I should save all my leather. Infernio's in here, dang. You know, I think saving your leather is a smart play. But at the same time, I think maybe selling some of it is also smart. What just crashed? Oh, my team's crashed. What the heck? I was supposed to not refill that, and we kind of just did. Bad habit. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, the way that these leaderboards are looking... Casey, what do you think? Like, is there any chance that they nerf the money from Leatherworker? I guess if you haven't been selling, I don't know, you probably have a good idea of what it could be worth, right? Do you think it's overpowered or overtuned? Or is it just that like people are rushing things for XP, so they're not seeing the money from other professions? Like per unit time, is it pretty broken? If you understood the math with armor, it makes no sense. How would I understand the math with armor? I don't understand whether they'd nerf it before seeing how much GPR or things are when trade comes out. That's a very astute observation. I do need to... We'll just drop these here. We can grab a 10. I think we're fine on time. I probably had enough time to cook those, but... Basically 04 if we want to get them back, it's fine. I'd say my recommendation is you should bank them early and sell like half of them late. That's my 2 cents. Because you don't know exactly how many you'll need, and most likely the money will be weighted towards high levels being higher. I don't know what I'm doing just standing here, but you want to, like any other profession in the game, you should be using more bank trips for higher value assets in general, and you should be skipping low levels whenever you can to get more money from higher tier resources. But yeah, like the utility of low tier armor may be very high for power leveling the new skill once it hits. We have like 20 seconds. Nice. We got a double pipe alley. We could actually do all 4 of it. Well, 12 and 9 is exactly 21, so let's just do that. It's like the easiest bounty in the world. So you need 2 500 skills, not 1. If they nerf it, hopefully it's after I hit my 500. Yeah, who knows, huh? Let's go like that, I think. No? There we go. It is frying pan. What am I thinking? Me and 3 other people in the top 22 are still leatherworking are the only ones using discounts. How do you know that? Like, that's a crazy stat in general. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close up the